right, I love doing this every now and then. I normally try to do it after big events, but, I'm doing it now. As we get ready for the WWE back in Canada this weekend with the Elimination Chamber. So, what could be in store for us at WrestleMania? Well, I just decided to break it all down. So here is what my WrestleMania looks like right now, as we record this here on Tuesday, February 25th. Night 1, John Cena against Logan Paul. By the way, the rules that I had for this, I set it out as 8 on each card because it's been around 7 or 8 the last little bit, but I stretched it to 9 just because I wanted to, and 8 was really hard to get to. So, John Cena against Logan Paul. I think with the new direction, maybe, that what we have with The Rock coming in, I think that having John Cena not in the title picture is going to sting maybe a little bit, but I think having him in a Logan Paul match as a blockbuster type of a thing out in Vegas, that's a pretty good consolation prize. I have Penta and Rey Mysterio tagging up to face the New Day. I think that's where this is going. Penta, I can't imagine Penta against Ludwig Kaiser is going to be the feud at WrestleMania. And Rey Mysterio is in obvious need of some help in a feud with the New Day, so I think this is the way that it goes. I tried to figure out a way to shoehorn Dom in there for the 3rd year in a row. I do think eventually this culminates with a hair versus mask match, Rey Mysterio versus Dom, and that's how Rey ends up retiring, is that he loses his mask to Dominic Mysterio, but that's another story for another day. Intercontinental title, I changed this one after Raw on Monday. Braun Breaker against AJ Styles against Finn Balor. I think we get Finn in there and make it a triple threat in what would be just an unbelievable match for the Intercontinental Championship there. Randy Orton needed a spot on this card, and I remembered back to, I think it was Crown Jewel, bunch of different officials in the ring, and Randy hits an RKO on Adam Pearce, who they have for the most part protected in all of this. And so I don't know, Adam Pearce hasn't wrestled in a really long time, and he has not necessarily come out forwardly and said, I would like to wrestle again. Nick Aldis has, though. And so I think that there is going to be a GM fraternity thing here, and it'll be Randy Orton against Nick Aldis at WrestleMania. And so Nick Aldis gets his Mania moment, a richly deserved WrestleMania moment. We get our wild, insane ladder match for the tag team titles on the SmackDown side. DIY against Motor City Machine Guns against the Street Profits against the Hardys, who by the time you're watching this will have already made their appearance on NXT, but I think they're in the WWE universe now, for lack of a better term, and it's WrestleMania. Let's get them one more. It made the big surprise pop of them coming back for the ladder match the last time probably should have been the last WWE moment for them, but they're still going strong, so put them in there and have them jump off some shit for a few minutes. Drew McIntyre against Damian Priest, although the more I'm thinking about it, after we talked about it for podcast listeners yesterday, for stream guys earlier on, I have Drew McIntyre against Damian Priest. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm kind of liking my idea of he is the corporate champion to go along with The Rock. And then you could have a few of them, like, you could tie all of it in now. And this is going to be another rant off of this, so I hope Brady Hitman is still watching. And by the way, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I forgot to mention that before, but really do appreciate the follow. But you have the Rock went to NXT the night after the Netflix show, and he does a face-to-face with Ethan Page. So Ethan Page comes and joins his Illuminati, for lack of a better term, right? So you have McIntyre, Page, Jacob Fatu, and someone else. And now you have a fearsome foursome there, and the Rock at the head of it. And you have enough firepower and talent on there that when the Rock isn't around, they can still carry themselves. And when the Rock is around, it looks like a formidable force. So probably need to rejig this one, but for now it's McIntyre against Priest and Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn. I thought about it, Kevin Owens against Randy Orton and a Sami Zayn or whatever. Just have them do it one more time at WrestleMania in an insane sort of a match. For the Women's Championship, I have Rhea Ripley against Alexa Bliss, against Naomi, against Bianca Belair. I don't love this one, but I don't think the Jade stuff will be fully formulated by then, although the more, with them losing this week, does make me kind of think that will be. But honestly, I was running out of room, and so I just needed and there you go, match. And that was, that one was it. So there was that. And then the world title on night 1, Jay against Gunther. Night 2 starts with the War Raiders against Fraxium for the World Tag Team Championships. Nothing over on the Raw side has impressed me, and Fraxium, I think their time is running out a little bit here. So I don't know how they get there with that match, but I think they get there, putting the titles on them. Solo against Jacob Fatu. That feels like that's where this is going right now with this new bloodline kind of imploding. And I think that's the feud to watch with that one. LA Knight against Shinsuke Nakamura feels like, again, that's building a little bit here. I think that would be a very fun WrestleMania program. And I think both guys, maybe it's not the most amazing match, but I think the build-up to it would be very, very interesting. Women's tag team titles, Damage Control against Liv and Raquel. I think this version of Damage Control, it would be Io and Dakota Kai, I guess. You could also do an Io and Asuka, if Asuka is ready to come back, or if any of them are ready to come back. But I think Io has to be in there. I think she has a very good chemistry with Liv Morgan, and I have said it on here before, the crowd is loving her. So I think that you needed to kind of do something with her on that one. Roxanne Perez against Bayley. I think this whole thing has been building to those two having their WrestleMania moment and getting a young superstar over on a vet at WrestleMania. I think that whole thing is building up to that. It's not the most unpredictable thing. I have Roman against Punk against Seth. After all my Russo-esque booking before, this is what I've come up with right now. A lot of it could change. The Women's Championship, the WWE on the SmackDown side, it is Tiffany Stratton against Charlotte Flair. Tiffany, I have with Trish in her corner, building her up for that match. And then in the main event of WrestleMania 41, I have Cody Rhodes against The Rock. I think what I talked about on the Raw recap, where Rock comes out, smashes a guy's head into the thing, and now he's in the Elimination Chamber, and he gets the pin, and he is the Elimination Chamber winner and the #1 contender against Cody Rhodes. If you want to put John Cena in that as well, and have it be the triple threat match to end all triple threat matches, and it's an era v era v era, I think you can do that as well very easily, and then Logan Paul gets anybody else, and do it that way. So again, I think there's a lot of different ways they can go, but as of right now, this is where I am at going into the Elimination Chamber.